Hello, 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 my fire signs, my Aries, my Leo, my Sagittarius folks this week. This is your weekly tarot for the week starting 8th of June. That's today. Um, I'm here in my Udi today because it's just gone so cold, like freezing here today. So trying to stay warm. Let's see what is coming up for fire signs this week. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Oh gosh. Okay, and Sam. Okay, wow. We've got a very sort of earthy week for you fire signs this week. We've got you starting off with now this could be you, this could be someone around you who's kind of showing up a little bit very stubborn, very stubbornly, a little bit maybe emotionally immature, but just in a very stubborn kind of way that they're showing up, maybe digging their heels in, just sort of, you know, sometimes you just, that phrase, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. It's kind of it's that sort of behavior. Okay. And we've got within that, we've got there's there's been some kind of conflict. I don't, it doesn't feel like a major conflict, but there's been conflict and you're blooming from that. And I think maybe you were being stubborn and digging your heels in. And so now that you kind of through that conflict, you're a little bit like, you're doing okay, and those around you are a little bit like, oh my God, that just happened. A little bit of a force of nature there, perhaps. But then we're met with just, we've got the Empress here who is like, Earth Mother Supreme, right? She's very nurturing. And again, whether this is an energy that's surrounding you, or it's how you're showing up, or it's how someone's showing up in your life, there is a really sort of nurturing, maternal, unconditional love kind of vibe going on around you. Of course, there are other like interpretations of this card. It can literally mean fertility, pregnancy, things like that. Um, so that's up to you to decide. Is that happening for you right now? Um, there's also been some things around money for you, though. Maybe you've been sort of you're trying to find a balance with money in the sense that I don't know, maybe you grew up with financial challenges and that's made you very sort of very I don't know what the right word here is, just very cautious about spending money. Um But then on the flip side, you also have moments where you're very extravagant with money. So it's kind of like one or the other for you. There's no sort of middle ground. You're either saving and no, I will not spend on that. I will not spend on that. And then other times you're just like, so I think it's you just trying to find that balance there between what's the happy place for you. So and again, if there's a baby on the way, that's a really good time to have to think about those things. Yeah, so a lot of thought about finances and balance and how you can sort of achieve something sustainable for you that's going to make you feel good. And this one is about vision. This is about getting clear on what you want. And I think, when we take that into consideration, we've got the love, unconditional love and nurturing of the Empress energy here, and to help support you while you go on your vision. And and yeah, and figuring out the finances around that and finding that sweet spot for you between the all or nothing approach to things. So yeah, that's what's coming up for you this week. I'm just going to pull one more here. Just Oh wow. I'm kind of glad I did. Wheel of Fortune. So I know we had like some of the stubborn start there, digging your heels in and then kind of like that. Things turned out okay despite how things were going there. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune here, which is kind of like, you know, everything in a cycle. It's that infinity piece. Everything's in a cycle and as above, so below, what comes around goes around, all of that kind of stuff, right? So just being mindful about the energy that you're putting out there, reaping what you sow, and just the end of a cycle, but the start of something new. Okay, so I think even with the Empress, when we look at these two cards together, it might not be like literal fertility and birth. This might be like, from an idea perspective, right? You might have an idea, something, and given all the, the finance related cards here, maybe it's something that an idea that you will take to the next level in a career kind of sense. So I'll let you decide. But that's that a lot of positive things here. Like you are growing. You are learning and you are growing in a positive way. So, but it's just kind of saying that, yeah, like it's not sunshine and lollipops. Like there's been some tough lessons on the way, but you are growing and you are learning and you are taking steps in the right direction to get to where you want to be. So keep going, keep at it, and that is you for this week, fire signs. If this resonated for you, subscribe, like, drop a comment, and come back next week for more.